Well, Mark, Michelle, the problem is so concerning to Clark County officials, they've actually formed a special task force to handle it. Many of the hoarding cases involve people collecting dozens of animals, and that includes one woman I found. And I warn you, some of the video you're about to see is graphic. This is 925 Furwood Avenue in New Carlisle. On April 2nd, public health officials and the Humane Society surrounded the home after neighbors complained of an unbearable stench.
The odor of ammonia was very evident at least 2 doors away from this house.
Inside, a sight to turn your stomach. A couple living with 26 cats in a home covered with animal and human waste. Tonight, in an exclusive interview with 2 News, the homeowner opens up. We'll call her Pat. She agreed to tell me her story, but she's too ashamed to show her face.
I'm horrified. I can't stand it. I'm just like, oh, how did I let this happen? How did I live like this? Very shameful, very humiliating.
With the homeowner's permission, Clark County health officials took me inside the home so I could see the conditions firsthand. We are now about to go inside the home here at 925 Furwood. And the first thing that hits you is the smell. It is extremely strong. The health department has made us put on these duck boots so we don't track fecal matter outside. And I needed those boots, nearly every inch from floor to ceiling. Even the kitchen countertops were filthy. And take a look at this bathroom. The homeowner has told health officials the plumbing actually clogged up in here, backing up the sewer system. Health officials tell me this home is definitely not fit for human habitation.
I'm concerned about the people that lived here. I'm concerned about the people that live nearby that get this odor.
You can tell 26 cats call this place home. There were clumps of cat hair everywhere, even on the ceiling fans. Health officials tell us they've already thrown out a dump truck full of furniture and carpeting, but there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. Even the hoarder saw that.
A lot of people would ask, how could you live in that smell?
Truthfully, towards the end, when I'd come home, I told my husband one time, I just want to take a match and light a fire to everything.
Could you smell it?
Not until after I was out of it.
And what about the plumbing? The hoarder told me she was too ashamed to let anyone inside her home to fix it.
Because of the shape it was in. I didn't want somebody to come in there and see what I was living in at that time.
Pat's anger and shame has now turned to relief. She realizes she needs help. She also told me her heart still breaks when she thinks about her beloved cats. Taken away by the Humane Society, a few of them were so sick they died.
I loved every one of my cats, but I was hurting them instead of helping them.
How did it get from one to so many?
I've thought that over and over.
Pat recognizes she may have a mental disorder. She told me she came out of a bad marriage and couldn't have any children, so the cats became her family.
I was very angry, like you said. I felt very violated. Everybody's standing around, watching, laughing, cracking jokes. But now, I thank God that they did that.
We try our best to gain their trust and their cooperation and to motivate them towards solving their problems.
Pat has moved out of the home on Furwood. She's now working up to clean the house. More importantly, she's getting the help she needs, not only from a psychiatrist, but also from supportive neighbors, her co-workers, and her family.
There is help out there. There are people who do understand, who aren't going to berate you, treat you shamefully.
Now, Board of Health hearing is set to take place on May 20th, and health inspectors will then decide if the Furwood Avenue home should be declared a public nuisance. Mark, Michelle?
Wow, that was very eye-opening, Sonia. You had mentioned that animal hoarders are becoming a big problem. Had officials mentioned any other kind of hoarding going on?
Well, really, Michelle, any type of extreme clutter is considered hoarding. Now, take a look inside this home in Clark County. In this case, health officials found the man buried alive in beer cans about 4 feet deep. He was also living with about 25 cats in a home with no plumbing. It turns out he had a substance abuse problem, and in all cases, though, it really is a cry for help.
Clearly, though, that's an extreme case. I'm wondering, where is the line, though, between hoarders and people who just accumulate and collect a lot of stuff? I mean, where do you cross from one into the other?
That's a good question. Well, first let me tell you how many hoarders are among us, and the latest estimate is 6 to 15 million. That's a number that really surprised me.
In the U.S.?
That's in the U.S., that's correct. And this is a complex disorder, but generally speaking, the ones that need help are those who live in extreme clutter. They have an inability to throw anything away, including trash. They may hold on to clothes they no longer wear or electronic items that are broken. And you might notice an excessive attachment to their possessions. They're not comfortable letting anyone touch or borrow their things. And the good news is there is help out there, though. You can contact your local mental health agency or health department, and they're going to get you in contact with the right therapist or psychiatrist who can help people overcome this problem.
You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. A lot of people just don't even know what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
And thanks to Pat for talking to us. That couldn't have been easy. All right, Sonu, thank you very much.